My name is Mrs. B. Miss is fine with me. You can call me Miss. Okay. Just teaching you how to use a canister stove. Okay. When we go on camping. So here we go. First up, we've got our little stove part inside this little package, and then we have a separate little gas bottle. Alright. This one happens to say WHS, Whanganui High School, number 4. Okay, for a reason. It's when you open it up. This one here, which is your stove top, is also numbered number 4. And we would like that to go straight back into the correct container. Okay? Saves us a lot of trouble and hassles when we get back to school if you put your stove top back into the right container. Alright, so we set your container aside once you've got your stove top out. Now if you can come closer please, a little close up. Now what we need to do first up is we need to screw the bottom part onto your gas supply. Okay, in order to do that, what we're going to do is we need to take this black tab off your gas supply. So I'm going to just peel it off with using that little tab there. Okay, so peeling it off, and there it is. It's exposed, it's alright, it's all safe. So we need to screw that part on here. So I'm going to just place it on top, and we're going to go clockwise to screw it on. Okay, anti-clockwise to screw it off. So here we go, clockwise. You could either do it from the top, or you could just turn the bottom, but I'm turning the top right now, so don't get confused. I'm turning the top clockwise. Otherwise, you'd have to turn the bottom anti-clockwise, but complex, sorry. So the top goes on, and just make sure it's secure enough. Don't go turning it too much where it's extremely tight to the point you cannot untighten it. So don't go OTT over the top. Alright, that's secure. Now I'm going to place it on a flat surface. It needs to be on a flat surface for safety purposes. Okay, because you do not want it to be all wobbly while you're trying to cook your dinner. Okay, your dinner's going to go everywhere, and potentially the gas that's coming out might cause a fire. We don't want that. Okay, so we always want to think safety is number 1. Okay, and prevention of any risks or any hazards is number 1. So flat surface. You've also make sure when you are placing it on a kitchen bench, okay, this obviously is not a kitchen bench, it's my coffee table at home, I'm relaxed and chilling out right now, that you've got space between you and another person who is also going to be cooking, okay, because you're going to be cooking your dinner together. So you've got to make sure that when you place your gas cooker beside someone, you're going to give them space also to cook. Alright, make sure you've got nothing that can ignite into flames around this area. Okay, fantastic. Now the next thing to do is we've got these little arms that have to come out. If you can come closer. So these little arms get folded out like so, one by one. Now you can sort of guess what's going to go on to those arms. Yes, you're right. You're going to put your pot on top. I don't actually have a pot right now to show you, but your pot, which is your little billy, will sit on top of those arms. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to bring this up to the camera a little bit closer just for you to see. It's very important. So I'm going to close those arms. Now, we've got a little clicker thing here. Now, if I try and find it, here it is. So when I press this black clicker, I'm going to call it the clicker. It probably isn't the clicker. It's probably called an igniter of some sort or a starter. When I press that, we've got a little spark coming out from here. Can we see the spark? I can see it, but I hope the camera's picking it up. Now that little spark, when gas is coming out of these little parts here, when I turn the gas on, that spark will ignite the gas. Right? Fantastic. So you won't need a lighter. Now, I'm going to put it back onto the coffee table. Okay, and I'm going to ask the camera person to come down lower, maybe to kneel, because I have to turn this little black knob. Now this black knob needs to be turned as far as you begin to hear the gas coming out. Alright, and when you hear the gas coming out, oh, I'm going to turn this again. Alright, there's the knob. When I turn that, the gas will come out. As soon as I hear the gas, as soon as you hear it, you're going to ignite. Use the starter. Now I might just switch with the camera person and just show you the angle. Okay, so just over here is the starter. I'm going to call it the starter. Okay, I put my thumb here. Right, so I've got a grip on it. Okay, and then I can go like that. Okay, at the same time, which is going to be quite a challenge for me to actually tape this, but I'm going to get the cameraman to hold on to the camera right now. And there's our cat cleaning himself. I need you right now to just hold it quite steady right there. Cool. So I'm going to go back there. At the same time, I'm going to turn that knob toward me. Alright. Is it toward me or away? Oh, sorry. It is away from me. Just until I hear the gas. I can hear the gas now, and there we go. That is how we start, and now the cat's just looking. And I'm going to now turn that knob again to turn it off. See? We'll turn it on to full. And we'll turn it back down towards me to turn it off. Fabulous. Now the cameraman's going to take another angle, turn around, because we're going to finish it off. So basically, I've just shown you how to safely assemble your gas canister, okay, and how to turn it on safely. I need also to tell you how to put it away safely. You need to give time for these little arms, which I didn't actually undo, which you should undo before you turn it on. It's a bit of a blooper. You need to give them time to cool down before you fold them back in. Do not do that at home. Don't do that. I'm just testing to see how hot it is. It is quite hot. Because I was thinking to fold it out there just to show you. So give them time to cool before you fold them back in. Alright? Give them time to cool before you screw it off. And then before you put it back into your container. This is number 4, and this is number 4 container. Fabulous. I have one little story for you, and this is the story. Always make sure that when you start your gas canister, that you're going to light it up in a well ventilated area. Okay, you can have a little screen around part way of your gas canister if you're outside cooking, but not right around, because this canister could get overheated and then could explode. We don't want that happening, of course. Never, ever, 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 ever use your gas canister inside a tent. Never, ever, 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 ever use your gas canister inside a car. Okay, here's the story. We had 3 young people under the age of 20, around about 17 to 18 years of age. They were in the South Island, around Arthur's Pass area, and they're wanting all to go skiing. They're all mates. However, what happened was one day they got snowed in and they could not drive their car. They were stuck in their car. They got snowed in. What they decided to do was use their gas canister inside their car, okay, to keep them warm and to cook their food. In the morning, they were found dead. They never woke up. They went to sleep and never woke up. This emanates what we call carbon monoxide, which is a poison which comes out of cars. Okay, and if you absorb that poison and enough of it, you could die, basically. So never, ever, ever turn this on in an enclosed area. Always make sure you use it safely and in a well-ventilated area where you've got it on a flat surface and you've got space around you. Over and out. Thank you for listening.